1 Corinthians 13. And I skipped the last verse of 1 Corinthians 12 in our last lesson intentionally. Verse 31 of 1 Corinthians 12 definitely leads into 1 Corinthians 13. It ties the two chapters together. And Paul finishes chapter 12 in verse 31. He says, you should sincerely desire the gifts that are most helpful. Now I will teach you the best way of living. So that's the bridge between these chapters. 1 Corinthians 13 starts with him. I am the most eloquent speaker in the world, able to speak in every language in the world, in the language of angels, but I do not truly love others. All I am doing is making noise. If I can speak the very true words of God himself and understand the mysteries of heaven, if I possess knowledge greater than everyone else combined, and if I have faith that can move a mountain, but I do not truly love others, I am nothing. If I give everything I own to the poor and suffer physical torture so that I can boast about what I've done, but I do not truly love others, I will not gain anything. You know, being an eloquent speaker, highly trained professional, do everything right, and you can speak in many languages, it doesn't matter. If you're able to speak words given to you by God himself, it doesn't matter. That's what Paul's saying. If you're smarter than everyone else in the world combined, it doesn't matter. If you have so much faith in God that you can do miracles, it doesn't matter. Paul said it. If you sell everything you have and give it to the poor, which James would love, he says that in chapter 2, it doesn't matter. I mean, Jesus told the rich young man to do that. If you are beaten or even killed for your faith in God, it just doesn't matter. You see, here's the truth. If you're an excellent speaker, fluent in many languages, that's nice and even helpful. And while people might be impressed, most non-believers just don't care. Paul seems to have been a great speaker, but non-believers often beat him, tried to kill him. Being able to speak words given to you by God himself would be great. But non-believers wouldn't believe you're speaking God's own words. Being smarter than everyone else in the world combined would be great and might impress people. But nobody truly cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I'm sure you've heard that before. Having so much faith in God that you can do miracles would be wonderful. Most non-believers will probably just say something like, nice magic trick. If you sell everything you have and give it to the poor, that would help a few for a while. But as the wise man said, if you give a man a fish, it is a temporary help. If you teach a man how to fish, you can change his life. If you are beaten or even killed for your faith in God, you might be a good example. Believers might see you as an example. Non-believers probably wouldn't be too impressed. Probably say that's what he deserved. You know, Paul's saying that none of that matters unless you truly love others. And I could talk about some of those for a while, but I'm going to just move on. In this chapter, Paul's using the well-known Greek word agape. If you've been a Christian very long, you've heard this word. And that word means putting other people's needs above your own needs. Paul uses that word often. And my favorite explanation he wrote for the word agape was in Philippians 2, verses 3 and 4. He wrote, don't be selfish, trying to impress everyone. Instead, be humble and help others get ahead. Don't be obsessed with what you want. Instead, consider the needs of others as more important than your own desires. Did you hear that? That's love. Again, there's a sermon in that all by itself. Let's keep moving. Verses 4 through 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is never jealous. Love never boasts. Love is never proud. Love does not shame others. Love is not selfish. Love does not become angry quickly. Love does not keep track of every wrong done to them. Love finds no joy in anything done wrong. Love rejoices when truth triumphs. Love always protects others. Love has faith. Love is optimistic. Love never gives up. Okay, I got a quick quiz for you here. I want you to rate yourself. Don't send the answers to me. Well, you can if you want. I don't care. Are you patient with your family? With others? With yourself? With God? Are you kind to everyone? The waitress, the checker at Walmart, the person in the gas station convenience store, to people driving? Are you kind? Do you get jealous? I mean, everyone does. But does your jealousy affect you? Now get serious on this one. Do you get jealous? Number 4, do you boast? I really wanted to skip this one. I'm working on it. How about you? I just try and be honest. If I'm saying something that sounds like boasting, I apologize. I really don't think that I'm all that. Probably because I don't have many followers here, so it's not like I'm a great speaker. You know what I'm saying? It's not important. It's not important. I do my Bible studies because I want to do them for me. I learn. And then I share them with you because I care. Number 5, are you proud? I don't have numbered my notes, so I get lost. Are you proud? Do you claim to be the best? I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm close to the best. I'm better than most people. I'm better than 99%. Or if you really want to hear somebody lie, you'll hear them say, I'm better than 89.74325%. When they get that detailed, they're lying and they know it. Just a trick of understanding communication. Don't make up facts if you're talking to me. I have studied these things, how to interpret people's language. Do you shame others? I mean, do you make other people feel bad about themselves or what they do? Are you selfish? Everyone says no, but do you truly think about others and how you can help them? And here's the one, your friends can tell you this one if they're being honest. Do you talk about yourself more than you listen to others? Everyone says they don't do that, but many do. Do you become angry easily? Something I have worked hard to overcome. How about you? That's a tough one for some of us. Not for everyone. Do you forgive and forget? Oh, this one's tough. Forgiving isn't always easy, but we can say the words. Forgetting when someone has done us wrong, oh, that's hard. Forgetting. It's hard to forget. But if we never bring it up, never mention it to anyone, it becomes easier to forget over time. Do you enjoy, and especially if you do, outwardly forgive them? Do you enjoy when bad things happen to bad people? That is not love. Do you protect others, even if it might hurt you in some manner? That's love. True love only comes from God, from our faith in Him. True love makes us optimistic. True love never gives up, people, never gives up on other people or themselves. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we want to give up on ourselves. I'm just not good at, I'm a failure. I can't. But if you got somebody that you can grab a hold of and say, help me, then you've got a true friend. And you can hang on and begin to believe in yourself again. True love never gives up on even the worst of people. We attended a church that every year for the Sunday before Thanksgiving, they held a big church dinner. Roasted turkey, ham, green bean casserole, scalloped corn, scalloped potato, the works. The meal that no dietitian wants to see. And that church sent out volunteers to go to the worst stretch of a nearby street. If you're from Denver, I'm talking about East Colfax. And they would invite the homeless, and there were a lot of them. They'd invite the prostitutes and the drug addicts, and they would invite them to come to church, and they'd actually send out a bus to bring them in. And the week before that, the pastors would tell everyone, when they show up, and we have an altar call, which this church did sometimes. I want my altar workers, they went through a little bit of training with him. I took it. I already knew how, but I took it because that's what he wanted. And he said, I want my altar workers. He said this in front of the whole church. I want my altar workers to make sure you give each one a hug. And I don't care if they stink so bad your eyes water. You hug them and say, I love you, and so does God. Or say, God loves you, and so do I. Whichever, whatever. Say it and mean it. Pretty good idea. I like that. Don't give up, even on the worst people. Hey, that's who most of my ministry is today. The people nobody else wants in their life. Those are my people. I love them. Verse 8 through 10, love never fails. Prophecies will end. Speaking in languages never learned will end. Speaking or special knowledge will end. Today we know some things and not everything. We prophesy some things, but not everything. When true perfection arrives, those partial things will end. And remember, prophecy in the Bible means speaking words from God. Not necessarily telling the future, but it could. And do you believe that love will always be there? All those other things will come to an end. Paul said it. But love will always be there. We won't need those things when we get to heaven, people. But love will still be with us. Think about that. We need to practice true love now because it's going to be with us forever. Verse 11, Paul says, when I was a child, I talked and thought and reasoned like a child, but when I became a man, I stopped being a child. All right, can we all take a laugh break and say, not everyone that is an adult stopped being a child? Somebody told my wife I was going into my second childhood, and she's, nope, he never left the first one. She doesn't mean it, but there's some truth in it. I enjoy life. Can't help it. Adults, I like to tell people that there was a store that doesn't exist anymore that stole my theme song, and they perverted the words. I don't want to grow up because adults are boring. I never want to be like one of them. You get it? If you aren't old enough to remember that store, it was Toys R Us. Verse 12. Now, we don't see things perfectly. We see things like reflections in a foggy mirror. When true perfection arrives, we will see everything perfectly. Now, we only know some things. When true perfection arrives, then we will know everything, just as we are already known by God. Mirrors in Paul's time were not great, so his comparison was easily understood by the Corinthians. But here's what he's saying, that no matter how smart we are, our intelligence is nothing compared to what all of us will have when we get to heaven. We will know everything. Now we just know a little bit. We're going to know everything when we get to heaven. So, seeing in a mirror, like a foggy mirror, I mean, that's what they had. They didn't see a good, clear reflection. All right. Last verse, 1 Corinthians 13 is verse 13. This one's worth memorizing, people. Suck it into your heart and think about it all the time. Make it a poster in your bedroom or living room or the background on your smartphone or iPhone. There are 3 things that will last forever: faith, hope, and love. The greatest of these is love. Think about that. Remember, this is in the middle of 3 chapters that are about the gifts of the Spirit. Evidently, Paul considers faith, hope, and love as the most important gifts, and 2 of those, hope and love, are not listed in chapter 12. But Paul says the greatest of these is love. Faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. 3 things will last forever: that faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. Are you hearing him? Your faith will last forever. Your hope in Jesus, salvation, second coming, everything will last forever. And love will last forever. Think about that. Love isn't even listed in chapter 12.